So the first thing I need to do is to download it. So to download, I'll just open my browser. So once my browser is open, there are two things I can do. The first one is either to search for the FMSLOgo application or to go straight to the website. So if I want to go straight to the website, I will just type FMSLOgo. Alright, I already have it here because I've searched for it before, but if you've not searched for it before, you won't see something like this. So fmslogo.sourceforge.io. So once you have this, then you can just hit the enter key on the keyboard and it takes you straight to the website. Now this is FMSLOgo website. Once you're on the website, just by the sidebar, click on download FMSLOgo. And once you click on download FMSLOgo, it takes us to SourceForge page, and from here, please don't be tempted to click on download, because if you click download, there are some files that we will be making use of. So we'll just go straight to this tab. Okay, so when you go straight to this tab, it's going to lead us to the next section where we select what we want to work with, which is just the file for FMSLOgo and not all the files. So I'm going to click on files. Then it takes me to this page. This is what I was trying to explain. So you see that we have something here, but we're not making use of this, so I'll just click on FMSLOgo. Now clicking on FMSLOgo, it brings me to this page, and from this page I can choose the version I want, and I have the latest version, which is 8.3.2, and that is the version I'm going to download. FMSLOgo is not a very heavy application, so it can work either you're using Windows 7, it can work on Windows 7, Windows 8, as well as 10. So I'll click on this first one. So now, once it brings you to this page, we have the zip file and we have the executable file. So I'm not going to download the zip file, I'll just go straight to the executable file so that I can install this straight in my computer system. So I'll click on the executable file. So my download is actually getting ready, and if your internet connection is fast, it starts immediately. Okay, download is complete. So I'll just click here and go straight to the folder, or better still, I can just start it from here. But let me go straight to the folder so that will be easy for some of us. Then from here, this is our FMSLOgo application ready. So the next step is to start installing. So to start installation, I'll just right click, then click open. So let me and click OK. I agree. Next, then install. So once the installation is complete, we click finish, and then we can see the FMSLOgo icon on the desktop. So to start working on it, I'll right click open. Let me just briefly explain the interface so that we get familiar with the interface and then can work with it. Now, what I have here is known as the title bar. The second place where I have files, bitmap, set, zoom, and help is known as the menu bar. So this section is called the turtle playground, and this is our turtle. So the turtle basically is what we use for drawing. So this place is known as our command box, and this place is known as our input box, where we type in the commands to draw different kinds of lines which make up the shapes. And this section is known as the command buttons. So these are different buttons for different functionalities. You can always use a ruler to scroll up or down. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to write some commands and make it work using the turtle. Now, before we can draw a line, we need to write some lines of code, and those codes are known as commands. So I'll go straight to my input box. The first line I'm going to draw is to make the turtle move forward. So the turtle is going to move forward while drawing a line. So I'm going to use turtle short commands, which is known as FD. So FD means forward. So FD space, I'm going to type 90, and I'm going to hit the enter key on the keyboard. So you see, our turtle moves from this place to this position. Now this is just 90. From this place to this place is just within the range of 90. We can use 100, 120 or 200 depending on what we want to draw. And the next thing is to change the direction of our turtle. Now you can make the turtle face right or left. Okay, you can make it face like 20-degree right, 90-degree right, 100-degree right, 120. So let me make the turtle face right in 90 degrees. So I'm going to use the turtle short command known as RT. So RT stands for, remember this is a input box, that is where I'm going to type in my codes, which is known as commands in Fmslogo. So RT, so this time I'm going to say 90, meaning that I want the turtle to face right in 90 degrees. So I'll hit the enter key on the keyboard, and as you can see, the turtle is actually facing the right side of the screen. So now I can move the turtle forward and I can still move the turtle backward. But because I already moved the turtle forward before, if I move the turtle forward, it's going to move from this place to any other place here. But this time I don't want to move the turtle forward so that it doesn't look as if it's just forward. So I'm going to use backward. To move the turtle backward, I'll use the third shortcut command BK, which means backward. Okay, right. So BK, let me use 100 this time. So meaning that the turtle can be facing right and still move to left. So it's not compulsory you move your turtle towards the direction it's facing. So as you can see what I did here now, the turtle is actually facing the right, but I'm moving it to the left, which is backward of where the turtle is facing. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is that I want the turtle to face right in 90 degrees. Okay, let me make the turtle face left in 90 degrees so that I don't use right for the second time. So I'll come back to my input box and type LT. So LT means left, then 90. Now hit the enter key on the keyboard. As you can see, the turtle is facing left. Now the next thing I want us to see is how to change the thickness of the line and also how to change the color of the line. So there are two ways we can change the thickness and also change the colors. So what I'm going to do to change the color of the turtle pen, so I'll go straight to my menu bar, which is up here, and I'll click set. Then I'll click pen color, then I'll choose the color I want. So let's just assume that I want to use blue, so I'll click on blue. So the next thing, I'll click OK. Now the color is already set to blue from this angle. So this format is known as the RGB color mode, red, green, blue. Okay, so this is 00 and this is blue, which is 255. Alright, let me increase the thickness of the line. So to increase the thickness of the line, which is turtle pen size, then I'll click on set. Then I'll look for pen size, which is this one. So I'll click on pen size. Then from these options, I can choose either this one, this, or this option. But if I choose this one, it will be too big. So let me use this one. Okay. So I'll choose this one. Then I'll click OK. So as you can see from here, the turtle pen size is now set to 8. So I'm going to move the turtle backward. So backward with a turtle short command BK. This time I'm going to use 90 as if I'm trying to draw a square. So I'm going to use 90. So as you can see, we have blue thick line. So I can move my turtle to the right. So I'll just say RT 90, then hit the enter key, turns to the right, then I'll move it MV 90. So you see, now once I'm done drawing my line, I can decide to hide my turtle using the turtle short command HT. So HT means hide turtle if I don't want this turtle to appear. So I'll just use HT. You see that my turtle is hidden. But this is the basic on how to work with your Fmslogo. Now, one of the things I want to say about Fmslogo is that for some parents that have access to Fmslogo, which is not Fmslogo, can also work with these basic functionalities. The little difference between Fmslogo and Fmslogo is that FMSLogo is just an upgraded version of MSLogo, meaning that you have access to MSLogo, you can always do these basic things. And so if you have difficulties on downloading, installing, or anything, you can reach out to me directly on this mail. Okay, so I'll stop here for now. Thank you so much for being in this class.